Alright, this is a small video that should explain how to make a social media edit out of existing footage or a longer piece. So we're going to take some clips or one long timeline that has a load of clips in it into Premiere and edit it down so that it's 59 seconds and short enough to put up on Instagram or Facebook or somebody's brain who has a tiny attention span, which is all of us. So open up Premiere, hit new project, title your new project. So what's social media test or something. Find a place to put that. So browse, desktop, we'll make a new folder, social media test. Oh, I've already done that, great, so we'll find it, there it is. Choose. The rest, everything else, leave default. We can talk about those other settings later. Hit OK. And there you go, you've got a new project called social media test, but nothing's in here. So I don't know how your Premiere will open. Whether your desktop will look the same as mine. I'm using CS 5.5 desktop just because I'm used to it. Yours might come up like this. Damn, now I don't know how to get back. Oh yeah, I do. But I like this because I've got all my things at the top, so I can get to my windows easy. Anyway, I'm just used to it. On this, if you use the same desktop as this, these top two windows, everything above this line, these are both for playback. So this is source, this is what the raw file looks like, and this, what you'll see here, is what your edited stuff will look like. This, don't really look at. This, look at all the time. This is your toolbar, just like Photoshop. This is your audio levels. This is your media bins, where you'll begin to see imported media and where you'll begin to see your timelines, audio, all that stuff. Media browser, I don't use. Info, I don't use. Effects, I use a lot. That's it really. All I use is project and effects for the most part. That's what we're going to use right now. So everything else can stay as it is. This timeline is super important. This is where you're going to spend all your time. So first thing, get some video imported into here. Look, import media to start. So you go, there's shortcuts for all this, but we're going to do it the long way around, and then you can figure your shortcuts later. So we're going to go File, and go Import. I'm going to find something that we can work with. At the moment, I'm going to work with this, which is a 5 minute file full of B-roll clips that are all on one timeline that we need to cut up. The other way you'd do it is you'd find maybe, like, I don't know, maybe someone's going to give you 10 clips that they want editing into one thing. So in that case, you'd highlight all 10, you'd select all, and then you'd still hit import, and it would just bring them into here in a list. At the moment, this is just going to bring in one file. Look, there you go, and we're going to chop this one file up so that it makes 10 different clips. So 2 different methods to achieve one aim, really. So we've got media here. The next thing is we need a timeline for this to go on. So what appears in the timeline window are not called timelines. They should be, but for some reason they've called them sequences. So, and you can have multiple sequences and they live here in the project window. So, and you know, I just leave them sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3, unless it's a really big edit, and then you begin to label them different things. So you know what you're looking at, or you can find them over time, or if you pass this file to a different editor, they'll know what that particular sequence is for. But really, today we're going to only work with one sequence, one timeline. Really simple. So we go again, File, and we go New, and we go Sequence. Then this is going to give you a load more options. And you can choose what to call it as well. So at the moment we're going to leave it sequence 1, that's fine. All of these different folders are for either different cameras. So you've got Red here, you've got ARRI, you've got NTSC file format, which is US standard, you've got PAL, which is Europe, don't use that here, or you just got standard digital video 24 frames per second progressive, that's what we're going to use, and standard 32 kilohertz. These settings are not correct, but we'll leave them as default and we'll change them later. So go DVE 24p standard 32 kilohertz and hit OK. There you go, gives you a sequence. This sequence automatically opens itself into your timeline. So it doesn't say timeline anymore, it says sequence. So you can close that and it will say no sequences, and then you can double click your sequence and it will appear there. If you have more sequences, you go down, you double click them, it will just open you another tab here and another tab here and another tab here. Super easy. Save. File. Save. Like standard. Super easy. Alright, so now we've got to chop this B-roll up. So we go to your media file over here in the project window and drag it in. Okay, it's not letting me drag it in, and it's not letting me drag it in because I haven't got my video track selected. So let's try again, drag it in. So now you just drag and drop, brings you up a window. Clip mismatch warning. This is a good thing. It says the clip does not match the sequence settings. So when we created the sequence up here, we said File, New Sequence, and we left the settings as default. Remember, they were incorrect settings, but we left them in default, and we said we'll change them later. Well, this is where we change them, because this is a workaround. This just forces the computer to find inconsistency, and then it just makes the computer sort it out for itself, so we don't have to fuck around doing that. So it's asking you if you want to keep the sequence settings, which we know are incorrect, or change the sequence settings. So what it's saying is that the settings for this piece of video are not the same as the settings for this sequence. So, and what it is that the settings for this video are 1920 by 1080, and this sequence is, I don't know, 720 by 480 or something. So it's a smaller. This sequence is trying to work on a smaller resolution, but we want the settings from the original video. So we're going to say change the sequence settings to match our video. All right, done. So now that everyone's happy, and now your video shows up here in your edit window. If you were to double click it, it will show up here in your source window. At the moment they're both the same because no edits have happened. So drag that down so you can see a bit more of what you're doing, and then this export will be audio only. We're only concerned at the moment with visuals, so we're going to go and mute. Everything above this line here is video. video 1, video 2, video 3. Everything below is audio. Audio 1, audio 2. So you can see, you can see your audio waveform. If you double click these, it shows you thumbnails. Okay, so we're going to mute audio. We don't want audio. Now we're going to begin. Okay, so moving through this timeline, you have this I can't remember what they call it. This playhead, I guess. And so you can scrub through like this. I'm just doing this with my mouse, and you can see the clips are changing. So what we want to do is find the places where the clips change, and we're going to cut the video. Oh wait, I'm going to stop this recording, and we're going to call this part 1, and then I'm going to do part 2 in a minute because my computer is really hot. Okay, see you in a minute.